ABC in the Morning, your local news leader.
We're in the thick of tax season, and if you're like many of us, you still haven't started yours. But fear not, there's still time, and there are experts here to help. Peter Gannon is the president and CEO of the United Way of the Greater Capital Region, which sponsors VITA. That's the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program. They've got numerous sites with tax experts who can help you do your taxes and keep more of what you earned, and he's going to tell us all about it. So welcome, Peter.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us. I know it's very early, but we're excited.
Always a good time to talk about taxes.
There you go, which many would probably disagree with, but that's why we want you here, you know, to chat about it. And I'd actually not heard of VITA, but it sounds like it's been around for a while. So tell me a little bit about it.
IRS has long partnered with United Ways across the country to help low and moderate income households file their taxes for free.
Okay.
We know there's so many folks out there looking to take advantage of our tax filers. You see them all the time with promises of same-day refunds and all these other exaggerated claims. And you know, what we do at United Way is we work with these low and moderate income families to put more of their money back in their pocket, and we do it completely free. And when we say free, we mean free.
Yeah, which is amazing, because it is quite expensive if you're going to go to a professional to file taxes oftentimes.
Yeah, last year we prepared 6,200 tax returns for Capital Region families, and that alone saved $1.8 million in filing fees.
Wow, amazing. Okay, and so you know, you had mentioned some of the families or the people. Who does qualify for this? Who can take advantage?
Yeah, so my, you know, the IRS threshold is incomes below $69,000, but our team of volunteers is trained to work with anybody who reaches out to see if there's a way that we can, you know, process your return for you. So we have some flexibility within that structure to try to make sure everybody gets the, you know, tax return done properly by a qualified volunteer that brings more of their credits back into their household, which in turn brings it back to the Capital Region economy. Last year's VITA program brought $9 million back to the Capital Region economy. That's money being spent in small businesses, you know, at our stores, at our shops, and for the things that our kids and our families need to be successful.
Absolutely. And so, like, what are some of the things, the reasons that people should do this, whether it's an individual or a family? Are there any specifics you can kind of call out for us?
Yeah, well, our volunteers are trained to look back several years. So if you even just think back to some of the incentives that were provided during the COVID pandemic, if you hadn't filed during those years because you didn't believe you had an income requirement to, or for whatever reason, there may be money waiting there for you that you're entitled to. And the tax code is changing all the time, both at the federal and the state level. Additional benefits for children, for families at certain income levels, and so it's hard to keep up with for, you know, the average Joe. That's what our volunteers are trained to do. They're trained to identify those credits and put more of your money back in your pocket.
That's great. Yeah, I see. It was like the earned income credit, tax credit, right? Child tax credit, and things that, you know, might not roll off the tongue, first of all.
Absolutely.
Or that you might not be thinking about, right?
Completely. And, you know, low income or no income doesn't mean they're not entitled to these credits. And so that's a big misperception. In fact, the IRS claims that 1 out of 5 tax filers don't claim all of the credits that they're entitled to. Our volunteers are trained to make sure that doesn't happen to you.
Okay, yeah, that's great.
For our low income families in this community, the earned income tax credits are one of the best proven catalysts to lift families out of poverty, lift them above the ALICE threshold that we're always talking about at United Way.
Wow, that's great. And so what is the process if somebody's listening, you know, and they say, I do want to take advantage of this, what should they do? Yeah,
we've already got 3,500 appointments booked across the Capital Region. So now's the time to get into action. You can call 211 to find a site that's nearby to you in any of the 9 counties that we serve. And if you're not in those 9 counties and some other place in the viewership of this station, there's chances are the United Way there is doing VITA as well. So best thing to do, call 211 or go to getfreetaxprep.org and you'll get connected to a site. You can make an appointment, go in and have that consultation with one of our volunteers and get processed or get pointed in the right direction to get processed.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for sharing this information and joining us this morning. And if you want to revisit this conversation, relearn the tips, find out more, you can always go to news10.com. We'll post this conversation there. And feel free to share it with friends and family who might also benefit from VITA's free services. Don't go away. We'll be right back after this short break.